Frank was telling us about how he's going to kind of pull back on practice a little bit this week. I think even tomorrow is going to be a little light. Just as a veteran who's done this a million times, I mean, what do you think about the way he kind of handles that sometimes and kind of takes his cues from you guys as players and just all of that? What do you think of that?
Yeah, man, I think Frank does a really great job with communicating. We have a leadership council. He kind of takes in our opinions and seeing how the locker room feels, and he does a great job with with adjusting the schedule, with us. It's not just here's the schedule, this is what we're doing, boom, he's set on it, you know what I mean? He does a really good job with communicating with us and then making adjustments, and I think it's it just shows how much trust he has in us, with dialing back the intensity, but mentally, you know what I mean, we got to be locked in, obviously, and going through our fits and our fundamentals and our technique, overemphasizing the little things, you know what I mean, like up front, staying, with your pad level, little things like that. So it just, shows how much he trusts us.
Do you need that break sometimes? I mean, we're 7, 8 weeks in. You've been going at it 6 weeks before that camp. I mean, do you kind of need that physically and mentally sometimes?
Yeah, definitely. It's a long season, you know what I mean? And, week in, week out, you're, putting a toll on your body, and doesn't matter what position you're playing, you know what I mean? You're out there, you're giving it all you got, and, definitely it's getting that time of the year where, the physical stuff could definitely be dialed back a little bit, and, guys just, you just need more requirement of the mental part of the game.
You played the Titans enough the last couple of years. How does facing Derrick Henry for 3 hours compare with facing any other running back for 3 hours?
Yeah, I mean, you know what you're going to get with Derrick Henry. I mean, they're number one in rush attempts, per game. Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be a fist fight, for all 60 minutes. And so, you just got to be mentally, physically prepared for it. And I believe we match up really well with them, defensively. And we've shown it, throughout the past couple of years. And it's going to, like I said, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be fun.
With the success he's had against you guys, you don't reinvent the wheel, do you? I mean, you're not trying to do something exotic and go out of character.
No, you make little tweaks here and there, but I mean, it's you see the same guys, the same offense. They're not making. I mean, they might have little tendency breakers here and there to keep you honest, but you know what you're gonna get with them. You know what I mean? And they're trying to get the ball downhill with 22 and do the play action and boots and stuff like that with Tannehill, and get the ball downfield and take those shots. So we just gotta. I mean, first things first, we gotta stop the run.
And they force you to play all 60 plays, because if you play 58, he may just
every play matters. Yeah.
DeForest, that last game against Tennessee, what stood out about the way that you guys tackled Derrick Henry in that game?
Yeah, we obviously every time we play the Titans, we make an emphasis on 11 versus 1. You know what I mean? We gotta gang tackle them. We gotta knock them sideways or backwards, and that's how we approach every game. Running in the run game. But obviously Derrick Henry, he's a different type of guy, different type of back, and he's a big back. So we make an emphasis on tackling low. For the guys on the back end, getting the leg up. And the hamstring tackling and things like that, and gang tackling. So I feel like we've been doing a pretty good job with getting bodies on them.
Last week, Dio got on the practice field first time, obviously in the NFL. What did you see from him out there? Obviously, you're not watching him maybe during the play, but when you go back and watch practice film and things like that.
Obviously he needs to get his legs back. He's been away from the game for a while, but I loved what I saw. You know what I mean? Kid has a motor, and especially in pass rush. If one move didn't work, he went to the second one. He just kept working, different moves, and he was active. And then obviously, he has to clean things up, obviously. But like I said, it's going to be time on the grass, and I'm very excited to see his growth, the type of player he's going to become.
There's not a lot of guys on the football field who have your size.
Yeah.
Would you say he's pretty close?
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that he can go, inside and out, makes it even better, for him, and how versatile he is, and it's going to help him long term.
How do you guys handle misdirection better? 'Cause you guys know you're going to get it with the way you play defense. How do you guys do a better job?
Yeah, it's when you get all the misdirection stuff, you really train your eyes. You know what I mean? I feel like the beginning of the first drive, the San Francisco game, they did a lot of misdirection. Forces the linebackers and even guys up front to their eyes were everywhere. So we just got to focus in on our keys, a little better, and that's the little things that we got to focus on this week.
How hard is the way to go viral, and just the way we watch TV and highlights and all that? playing a guy like Derrick Henry, I don't know, I'm sure you're up for every game, but there's the chance of good and there's a chance of bad on TV on Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think about that, or does that amp you up? Does it fire you up? I don't know, just, there's my question. Please go.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously, honestly, every week you could be a highlight. It doesn't matter who you play. You know what I mean? I mean, you see highlights all over the league. It's not just Derrick Henry, and but it's little things where you know what he's going to go to when he's in open space, or you're coming from the side, and you're going to get the stiff arm. So, you got to rep, practice, chopping it down, making the tackle, and securing the tackle. So, it's just little things like that throughout the week, you got to have on your mind, knowing your opponent. That's part of knowing your opponent, knowing the type of, what they like to do when they have the ball, when they're running. Is he a downhill guy? Is he a jump cut guy? Or is he, like a stiff arm guy like Derrick Henry, obviously? And obviously he is. So we got to focus on, when you're getting into that, the tackling zone or whatever, just know that he's going to, probably trying to beat your face in with his hand. So you got to knock it down.
You can be a highlight one way or the other.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That's what I meant, by the way. Keep going.
Wait, what?
But if you're not, it's a chance that I guess you can be a highlight either way if you're not. If you don't do your job, then.
Obviously, yes. Yeah.
But in a good way, you can be a highlight.
Yes.
No, last one.
I don't know what I forgot my question. No, seriously, the misdirection, obviously they're trying to get you to look at the window dressing. How hard is it to ignore that? Just, and focus on whatever your key is from your position. I mean, just human nature.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely hard. I mean, when the ball snapped and you're seeing guys flying everywhere, different ways, obviously you're going to be looking at it, and that's what offenses go to, you know what I mean, to get you to play, make you hesitate and, get that extra step on you. So, when the ball snap, you got to go through your keys, you know what I mean? Everybody, the different positions, they all have they go through a progression of keys, and you got to make sure you go through those progressions and, obviously find the ball.
One last thing, you and I think Alco, I think switch positions. You were telling us at the last play of the game, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you line up outside more? Or is that something you guys even practice or talk about?
No, yeah, we've been talking about it. Obviously, coach tries to move me around in different spots. To try and get me more one-on-ones, and obviously that last drive. We talked about it, and obviously I went out there and I ended up getting the sack on the last play. But it's some things that we've been practicing and repping throughout practice. Yeah, definitely a little bit more space. No, yeah, early on in my career, I played a little bit, on the outside, and rushed on the outside for some, a little bit. But I've been, the past couple of years, I've been inside, so used to it. I got to get, used to playing DN again.